Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your truck. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Trucks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Maggiacomo, M-A-G-G-I-A. So just say Maggiacomo. That's all right. They usually do. I can hear you. Yeah, well, I can hear you on Discord. I don't know about the video. I'm actually still trying to, like, when you and I are live, I can hear you in two different places, but it's okay. It's not affecting anything. I'm still trying to learn how to mute my vmix, but it's all good. All right, you got it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the World Ninja League Tier 2 Championships. Right now, we're getting ready to have our Tier 2 Teen Male Championships. We've got a lot more competitors than we had recently in our Young Adult Male division. Last time we only had 5. Now, this time, we have 21. So, Lance, do you think that's going to make it a little bit more competitive here as we go on to this course?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just from our experiences watching, the more beta you have, the quicker and better you adapt. And so, yeah, I guarantee we're going to see an increase in skills and abilities as each person gets to watch the competitor ahead of them, grab that data, and then adapt to it. So, and just, like you said, it's a 21 versus 5, but then this is only wave 1 of 2. So, yeah, we've got 2 exciting waves and a lot of runners to go. So it looked like a great evening we were being set up to do for sure.
Yeah, and getting here has been no easy feat. So many competitions have been held throughout this entire country, throughout all 50 states. And as you can see on the screen right now, here are just some of the gyms that we had for this competition. So a lot of them are on that East Coast. Now, Lance, you said that you had some connections to the East Coast. How many ninjas do you think that you might recognize tonight?
It's funny, probably just a few. I know a lot of come. I've spent this whole season kind of very heavily focused in on my tier 1 divisions, and so it's been really, just these 5 tonight have been fun to watch. But it's going to be great to see, this next group of people. And looking through these names, nobody is jumping out to me, but I know they've all earned their spot here in the finals, and so it's going to be exciting to see what these people bring. But I do have a couple names that look very familiar. And so, yeah, this is kind of my first foray into the tier 2 excitement.
And who knows, maybe some of those competitors by the end of the night may jump out to you in future events because their performance here may just be that good. We've seen many great runs so far, especially with a lot of the skips that we've seen, especially on the Devil Steps earlier in the run. But now we're going to go over some of the formats here. Now, some of the obstacles that we have some skills. Now, these are going to be like individual skills. And then at the end, we're going to combine them all together. It's going to be a sum of placements from each individual event. Now, alongside that, some of the obstacles are split up in between a few different regions. We have Dash, which means that they are speed focused, and then Tech, which should be pretty self-explanatory. That's stuff that has some moving elements with it. So we don't really have that much on this course right now. A lot of it's just mainly speed, which we've seen from a lot of competitors. They've been going a little bit more casually, which has, in a way, kind of caught up to them towards the end, as we've seen one direct timeout and then a few others just running low on time.
Yeah, no, I love these different formats, and this flow course, which you and I have the privilege of speaking over, is really kind of fun to watch, and to have that flow go and to see them, really push through and have to be so focused and have all their skills in line. It is definitely an exciting format for sure. What is your favorite format, Jamie? You had asked me earlier, and I was able to share with you speed. What's your favorite format?
I think my favorite format has to be just like the full course because I just love seeing a variety of different obstacles. So just seeing the variety of competitors instead of just being like, let's go through one thing, let's go through another thing. Just seeing that variety of what competitors can bring to the table really just shows how strong a ninja can be because you can be good in one section, you could be like great upper body wise, and then have like abhorrent balance. That's totally not me. Anyways, you could have that. You could have that, and then just be like weaker in one section, but to be truly well-rounded, that just shows how good of a ninja you can be, and that's something that's going to be really important here today as we go into things like the strongest ninja. That's something that I'm excited to see.
No, yeah, exactly. No, you're absolutely right. And I too like speed's fun. I like the full for sure. But this season with the challenge course, that's really have been exciting because I've also had a long-standing opinion that you really just can't judge a ninja by one obstacle. And so to have those challenge rules where, you do have the opportunity, at least two opportunities per obstacle to say, oops. Actually, I know you're familiar with Jackson Erdos. One of his favorite thing to say when he fails is, "Oh, so that's how that works." And so, now he knows. And so because some of the greatest ninjas make a slip up. They come in a little hot, and so to have that challenge ability is to go back and do it again it really gets to show and showcase the full ninja's abilities. And so, but for sure, full is really good.
Yeah, there's rarely ever been a true obstacle that's been a threat to almost everyone. There's just some competitors who've been able to slip by. I feel like the closest one in recent memory has to be the Turbo Rollers from Worlds last year that really took out pretty much anyone and everyone that it could, causing chaos anywhere. So whenever I see those rollers, I'm like, oh, something's about to go down. But that means that they're also probably practicing them. And yeah, on the
Oh,
screen right now, you can see something that we were talking about earlier, the Strongest Ninja. Now,
yep.
for viewers at home who may not know what that means, Strongest Ninja, that's a culmination of pretty much any placements that you get in this event. So, say you get first in one event and you get second in another, that means that your average score is going to be about 1.5. So whoever has that greatest average overall, that's going to be our Strongest Ninja. So, that's pretty interesting, but I mean, I've never seen anyone get first in a row. I don't know if you have either, but if we see that tonight, that would be pretty interesting.
That would be really cool. And I mean, what an exciting thing for whoever that individual is. And it's going to be so great to be here all weekend and to see all that play out. And then at the end to watch who gets to hoist that puppy into the air, for sure.
Now, coming up next, we're going to be talking about the run order. We have 21 competitors running this event today, and we got a lot of competitors here. So, we're going to see what they can do. Their runs are going to be starting just momentarily. Now, you said that there wasn't really anyone that really stuck out to you, but again, someone could stick out by the end of this night because it's just a great performance. So, we're going to see what they're able to pull off here tonight.
Well, and it's just kind of funny. You've got me calling out as I see Leo popping up here out of Plymouth. That who's on the screen. It kind of harkens to one of my weaknesses. I'm not the greatest name individual. I'm a wonderful facial recognition person, but of course, you've got this Leo who we got to watch in that first run, and out of Ascend, and now Ascend is one of the newest ninja gyms here up in New England, and it's a fantastic gym run by Lucas Reale and Matt D'Amico, who I did see Matt coaching down there this weekend, and he had Leo and he was coaching alongside of him. And now that I saw who Leo is, I'm like, oh, that's right. So I'm a facial recognition guy, and names aren't the first thing that popped to my head. But so to answer your question, I bet you once I see them get on the starting block, I'm going to be like, okay, I know who this kid is, because I've seen him compete before. I've been at their gyms. And so, yeah, so of course we're waiting on Zach to come up, the name right here. I do not. Yeah.
No, I think we got a demo right now,
this
actually.
is a demo, right? Exactly. Yeah, they're giving him a demo to that run with the team run orders. And but I know Zach is our first runner. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Names don't jump up, but they will as I see them. And it's the gyms that resonate with me. But these 7 obstacles, what a great array of options that these kids have. Really kind of showing their upper body abilities. And then the mix, like you were saying,
A little bit of a balance sprinkled in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the agility, the balance, upper body. It is definitely a full body exhibition of their skills. And this demo, wow, this kid flew through these 7
amazing
really quickly.
If he was competing, these competitors better watch out because this has been an incredibly smooth run.
For sure.
But yeah, those are our 7 obstacles. Something that I really like about this course is the variety in what you can do, especially on the shelves and devil steps. We saw competitors skip steps earlier, and then on the shelves, I've noticed that competitors sometimes hang towards the front of the shelf, sometimes go onto the sides to pinch it better. So to see that kind of technique, it's going to really be interesting because one of those could be the prevailing strategy towards the end of the course, but we're just about to find out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It looks like we're going to be getting ready now to to see our first competitor run this course. This is going to be Zach.
I'd say that's Wadelbach. Wadelbach,
Right,
and
that's probably
he's from New Jersey, joint base.
it's going to be a better attempt at the last name than I'm probably going to get. But it looks like we are currently on the course right now. Got the timer up right now. Took a little bit of time, but the time limit is 1:30. So we're going to see how he's able to execute here swiftly through this obstacle, taking a few back swings on that ring there towards the end, but still able to get through it. Now onto the slack line, managing it nicely, and got through those first two obstacles within around 30 seconds. Now we're going to see our first look at shelves in this division, taking a few back swings here, not really going towards the end of that second shelf though. So if he went a little bit farther forward, he would have been able to potentially maximize that distance, but still able to get through it, and now is already pretty much halfway through the devil steps. Getting all the way to the top. Now creating that transition around. Don't know how far that gap is, but I've not seen anyone directly lachey to it yet, so it is pretty reachable. Balance obstacle here with the tires, and going straight into the splats. That's a great technique. And now onto the second splat, building up swing to prepare to go for the third one. Really moving those hips up to the air to generate as much swing as possible, going straight off that final splat. And now it is just 3 boards away to this dismount platform. Lance, do you think he's going to be able to make it?
Absolutely. This kid is showing some great strength. He's got 12 seconds left, one more board to go. I mean, if he hops over here and get it, I think he can do this. He needs to link it like he did off those spinners for sure. 5 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit close here. Gotta go for it. Come on.
2.
You got this. Get that bar. Oh!
Just shy. Just shy.
Out of time.
Yeah. Oh, man.
On that last board, I think Panic really started to set in there on that last one, because I noticed that he was starting to swing from side to side there. So that momentum was truly starting to get out of hand, and I think that was it.
That tone can definitely shake you up a little bit when you hit that 10-second tone start coming in. So now we've got Patrick Johnson, real quick off, age 13, from Chelmsford, Pennsylvania, kind of cruising in. Look at that, shaking out his grip already. He's got some really long legs here. This kid is probably going to do one step on these slack lines for sure. He's got that too,
actually going for a little bit of a double.
Yeah.
And now onto shelves. We're going to see how many swings he takes. A previous competitor, Zach, took a few swings here. Looks like Patrick's going to try and get towards the end of that shelf. That's something that Zach did not do. Yep. And now heading on to that third one, going a little bit with a 1-2 punch with those hands, but now able to get through it with a little bit of a cautionary dismount there. Almost lost his balance and fell back, but now onto devil steps. But with 40 seconds left, time is not working in his favor. He's got to go, and he's fully extended here on this obstacle. Looks like he's a little bit worn out. He's got to make sure that he pulls up those elbows and get into a lock off soon, or else he might not be able to be on this course for a bit long. Got 24 seconds left, and yeah, this time limit is truly no joke here. 20 seconds left, not even halfway through this course. These ninjas need to make sure that they stay speedy as they go through these run orders. Can he at least get through this obstacle before time expires? Got that 10-second warning now as he's on to the next obstacle. Can he at least get through? He got through the tires and now onto the splats.
Second to last.
And that is time.
That is time. It was a good solid run, very specific. But just like you were saying, he absolutely needs to pick up that pace and keep it going. Great run.
And it looks like we're also going to go just straight into our next run. This is going to be Max Brofenbrenner out of Pennsylvania, Center Valley.
Yep, 13 years old. He's got an incredible reach. Big wingspan on this kid.
Now, something that I don't know if possible, we might be able to see someone skip some of these on hang time. But we can't see anyone do that yet. But with this height, there's a chance that we could see more competitors at least attempt that in the future. That could be something that could set them above as they make it through, as we've not seen this course be the best for taking it safe. So we're going to see what Max is able to do here. Not really bringing his hips up that high as he's going for each of these laches, but still able to make it onto that third shelf. Not the biggest lache! But it wasn't a lache that took him out. It was actually the dismount of the shelves.
Wow,
Were you able to catch what happened there on that run?
Yeah, no, he just didn't have. He needed just one more half a swing, a little bit more oomph on that dismount, and he would have made it. But his momentum, unfortunately, just got him a little bit backwards. One foot made it down, the other one and one didn't. That's unfortunate. Not collecting points, but he's still swinging through and having fun. And I do really appreciate this being able to, even though you're not collecting points, just still have fun, crank through the rest of this course and not only learning but enjoying and getting the opportunity to hit all these obstacles. So yeah, tough break there, Max. Great solid run. Keep that head up, and we'll definitely see you next season. I'm telling you, Jamie, this I've always loved. You know, as much as I've said that the 6 to 8s and the Masters have been my most inspiring, I find the teenage division so exciting to watch because these kids like Grayson here on it, they're really kind of hitting their stride. They've depending on when they started, they've probably been a ninja for a few years, and so it's really exciting. And it's at the end of the teenage where you make your break. You're either going to go elite if you're there, or you can run the adult league. And so here in tier 2, as they're trying to make their way to tier 1, these teenagers, man, they're just so exciting and fun to watch because they get just so much passion in the sport, and they're kind of breaking out of that kid phase. They're taller, they get for the males the testosterone's dropping, and they're really kind of showing what they're capable to do and what they really want to do. So it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, now something that I've definitely liked about Grayson so far is that he started off the devil steps with bent arms and also had great air as he made his way through the shelves. And that's something that air time is going to be tested here as he makes it onto flat out with 16 seconds. He might need to get just a few swings on here to get through this obstacle. And he kicks that, but now it's going a little haywire. Can he save it? He cannot.
Oh.
Almost had it, though. That would have been an amazing save if he got it, but still, he got really close.
Sure thing. Yep. Well, what a
now our next competitor.
A few years, and
we're gonna get a replay actually on the second obstacle.
They're taller. They get for the males.
Yeah, that obstacle right there was able to get through, and it looks like we actually currently have a competitor on the course right now. It's Jackson Cheney out of Greenwich. I believe that abbreviation's for Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut.
Now another
New England folks.
And this is another competitor here who has a lot of long arms. That's something that's definitely gonna serve to his advantage as he makes his way onto the obstacle after the slack line, but he's got to get through it first. And got it.
Absolutely. You bring up a great point, Jay. You bring up a great point about his height and his wingspan and just that ability. It does have that advantage, and it's so funny because
and we see it right there. We saw it right there.
Great job, Jackson. Nice job. Nice work.
And not only is that going to save time, that's also going to save energy as he's now already halfway through the course, 40 seconds left. He's on a good pace to clear. Splats next.
Absolutely.
Now, this is where his height's definitely going to help him here. Will we see a link? We're not going to see a link out of him. Probably going to go on this next swing. He's going to go for it. Mixed grip there to make sure that he maintains stability. And now it's the next one. And now just one obstacle remains. Get to see a competitor make it
really good.
And again, with his height, that's definitely going to help him get bigger strides. And that's what we're seeing so far. All right. Just a few more seconds left, but I think he might be able to make it. Just got to get to the last board.
Oh, he gashes out on that last board.
Yeah, just didn't get those hips up enough, but he was able to at least whiff it. That's better than we've seen before.
And so it's really
now we're going to go on to our next competitor. It's going to be Lorenzo Poggio out of New Canaan, Connecticut. We're going to have a lot of Connecticut representation here.
For sure. Not a big drive from Connecticut, that's for sure.
Right, now Lorenzo's favorite obstacle type, it says, is generating swing. There's an obstacle on here where you do generate swing. It's the splat. So we're going to see if he's able to dominate on that. But he's got to make it to that point first with a little bit of a slow technique, though, through this first obstacle. A lot of these competitors not really showing much agency on that first obstacle. That's something that they're going to need to improve on as this division goes on to make sure that we don't have any time ups, because those final 10 seconds, the competitors are reaching it, and by that point they're gassed, and they need to be able to afford a rest before that final obstacle. But Lorenzo still able to get through the first 3 obstacles, and now to the devil steps. Doesn't have that height advantage that we saw, I believe, out of Jackson before him. but still, he's able to do good here.
Yeah, look at those powerful lock-offs. This kid's locked off like nobody's business.
Right on,
This
and now
is
30 seconds left.
This is his
Here we
second
go.
year competing, and he's got that competitive edge. He's been at the Stanford Ninja Academy since 2021. Just started competing last year, and so here he is. He's so excited to be here, and he's absolutely showing it with his execution on these spinners. Look at him fly.
Yeah, and you can
That's
tell that's
fantastic.
definitely one of his favorite obstacles. Great airtime. Oh, and he tries to go with a one-handed approach. The obstacle is in the center, so that's something that you just really can't do on this obstacle. But yeah, that time just is not in
He
his
just pushed
favor.
in on that. Yep.
And with that, we have seen that we saw, I believe, Adam Jackson. We've seen, I believe, 6 competitors run the course so far, and we've not seen a single competitor make it to the buzzer. That's more competitors than we saw in the last division, just period overall. But we're going to see if our next competitor, Seth Hughes, we're going to see if he's going to be able. We're going to see if he's going to be able to be that first competitor to make it.
Yeah,
13.
coming out of Rutherford, North Carolina, Southeast Division, age 13. Let's see what Seth can
Great
show us.
pullbacks here. These are great strides.
For sure.
A little bit lost there trying to get onto that cannonball there. Almost missed it, but still able to grab it regardless. Just a few more of these handholds
our
left.
6th competitor, man. I can't believe how fast we're going through this wave. It just goes to prove that, time flies when you have fun.
No!
Oh,
Seth Hughes unable to get through the slack line, and that obstacle balance placed so early on emphasis of speed. That could be the ultimately deciding factor, but on that second attempt, he's able to get it, even if it isn't the actual run, but he can still at least try and get as far as he can before that time expires. And through that third obstacle pretty easily. Also does a skip similar to what we saw earlier out of Jackson, and now preparing the transition. It looks like he is going to go up there, doing a little bit of a twist with his hands, but able to get through it. But yeah, Seth's fail, it just shows that even these early obstacles, these cannot be overlooked whatsoever. Even if it's placed early, that doesn't mean that they're any less difficult than anything else on this course.
Right. And, I'm sure it's always a heartbreak, when they, do an unfortunate slip in the beginning there, and then they're able to bang out the rest of these obstacles. You're just like, how can you not go home and think, man, if I was only able to just do that, I would have aced this. But here he is on the last obstacle, and he missed that board. But hey.
And another competitor who peeled.
Yeah.
Can't before that time expires.
Nice run, Seth.
And
good job, man.
Obstacle pretty easily. Also does a skip similar to replay. But now we're on to our next competitor to run the course. At the age of 14, Brody Farber out of Irvington, New York. Great. We're going to see how he's able to do. Started Ninja just 2 years ago. So we're going to see what he's able to do on this course. Not had that much time to compete, but still, he might have a lot of experience in that short amount of time. But also not really generating that much swing here as making his way through this obstacle. Yes, these handholds are not that far apart, but still getting that swing, making sure that you're able to continue to manage it is something that's important. And another competitor out there on slackline. It looks like since one competitor's already down on it, it's sent a lot of competitors into a little bit of getting those nerves up now that someone's failed it. And as someone who struggles on balance obstacles, that's definitely something that I could see myself failing. But we got an interesting technique out of Brody. He's using one side of it. And I love to see that originality right there.
Yeah, definitely
now,
some beta.
Double steps. Great.
1-1 technique, very smooth.
Transition. And yeah, if he didn't fall there, this would have been an amazing run, putting him on a great pace towards his back half of the course. And honestly, those shelves, that was an amazing technique. I've not seen anyone do that so far today. And I feel like that's something that some competitors might implement, just opting to go on one side, so that way you can maintain your sideways swing and have more space to catch.
Yeah, great technique. That's just smart thinking ninja right there.
Now we're going to see if he can at least become the first competitor to get through this obstacle, and unfortunately he cannot.
Nope.
Maybe got his hands on that first board, maybe not, couldn't really tell. But once again, that's another one who cannot get through that obstacle. Also does a skip, and it looks like with every single run, as we go into the next one, we're going to get another one of those skips that we saw from Jackson earlier on the double step. Such an amazing performance there. But now, Matthew Orphy This next competitor on the course coming out of the Movement Lab in New Jersey. Movement Lab, one of the most prolific and storied gyms just in the history of ninja. It was one of the gyms that put this sport on the map. It was I believe it was the hosting gym for the first ever World Ninja League. So to see that he trains at a Movement Lab is something that is just amazing to see. Now, both hands are on the backs of each of these shelves, but still is able to get through it. Are we going to see a skip out of him on here? We're not. Oh, we are! Oh,
Dynamic right up
wow!
there.
Just
Fantastic.
going to dyno up these.
Right? No kidding.
Now,
That
we
was
love to see
fantastically
this.
done.
Now, just going to get through it. All right.
I love in the bio, it says he flips, flies, and fights way through his obstacles like they owe him money. That is just so funny and absolutely fantastic. And he is showing that right here on this course for sure. Those obstacles definitely owe him some money. Nice reverse
Yeah,
grip.
and 23 seconds left. He's just going to go straight into it. He's got more than enough time to become our first finisher. A little bit low there on each of these grabs, and it costs him.
Little too quick on that last board. Oh, totally shocking. Fantastic.
If he just brought
run,
those,
Matthew.
if he just
Unbelievable.
brought those hips up, that would have been
at
a Movement Lab. That would have been enough.
Amazing to see.
To probably get to that final board. He had enough time,
able to get
but
through it.
I gotta say,
skip out of him
on the devil steps, just skipping those with both hands, just dynoing up it, just amazing performance there. That's something that we've not seen anyone do, and that might be the prevailing strategy on that obstacle. It was definitely a lot faster, and definitely seemed to not gas him out as much. As we're on to our next competitor, this is Leonardo Brizio, out of Rye, New York.
Nice and casual through those rings and obstacles. Hang time is executed well.
And now onto the shelves. Nice job.
Nice control. Yeah, exactly. Good steady release.
Kind of threw himself into that third one, but still was able to get through it. Now there's a similar obstacle, Splats. We're going to see if he's going to do a similar thing where he just throws his body into it. But that's going to be something harder to do because that obstacle, the bar is rounded compared to just being a straight edge. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Now on Splats right now. Got a mixed grip here. Taking a few extra swings with his time. He has a great time. He could definitely afford to do that. Just truly absorbing each of these landings here. Not peeling off whatsoever. One more left to go. Taking a backswing here. But he's able to get through it. And with 20 seconds left, we are in a window of opportunity to clear yet again.
Absolutely. Let's go, Leonardo.
He's going to throw himself again into each of these. We're going to see if he's doing that again. You can see in his face, it looks a little bit winded, but he's got one more left with 8 seconds left. Come on! He's got
come
it.
on,
All
kiddo.
right.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go. You got this last
centered.
one.
He's just
4
got to
seconds
get
left.
this
Get off
last
this
one.
obstacle.
Come on!
Ooh.
No!
Just shy of that button. What an amazing run, Leonardo. That was fantastic.
That was amazing. He trained such a great run there. But unfortunately, it's not enough to get through that final obstacle. Got one hand on that purple bar. Better than anyone else today, but still, yet to see anyone make it to the buzzer. And now, Jacob Ostian from Northumberland, Pennsylvania.
He likes generating
Some slow
swing
swings
also.
here. Right, and with this run, we mark the halfway point of this division. We have had 10 competitors left, and after this run, we have 10 more left, and we've yet to see someone make it towards the end of this course. Jacob very much wants to be that first competitor to do so, but we're going to see if that's going to be possible here. Staying on the back of that shelf. Will it work out for him? It will. And he's got great distance there, and a great save balance-wise. Almost could have been the end there for Jacob, but still able to get through it. And that could have definitely been a scare for him.
Yeah.
Now,
This
onto
is
the
an
devil
interesting
steps.
technique here. Yeah, exactly. Those double steps, the switch grip on each stair. That's fascinating.
And swaying with each hips. And while that is definitely a great way to do it, you have to also make sure that you take a look at timing. You're also conscious of that, because that has definitely been the most time-consuming performance that we've seen on this obstacle, clear-wise. Now, onto these tires. And Splat-A-Lot, 16 seconds left. Right, he says this says that his favorite kind of obstacle is generating swing. Here is just one right here, and he's able to land it. Might have grazed there potentially, not entirely sure, but still is able to get onto it. But with 3 seconds left, can he at least get through this obstacle with time running out?
Tried to
Looks like
link.
he tried to go for that dismount.
Look at that. Nice low 10 with coach. I love it.
but could not get it there. But that was still an amazing run. Went for it the last possible second, and you just love seeing that out of ninjas. No fear, just trying to get as far as possible. But now, another competitor on the course as we officially enter this second half. Runner number 12 on the course. It's going to be Caleb Burkholder out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I've never heard of that, but that is a very cool name. Coming from the name of that town or city, that sounds like it might be like a technological empire.
No kidding, right? And it's obviously he's sporting his Dexterity Depot top, Matt Bradley's home gym, and there's Matt Bradley, the coach. I mean, how blessed of a kid you are to have Matt Bradley as your coach, right? Like, you're just what an amazing ninja, so creative, and so here we see Caleb showing what Coach Matt's been teaching him, and up he goes, and this is fantastic.
And obviously teaching him well, because this has been a strong run. And on shelves, something that I want to note is that he was able to get a little bit of a backswing there by placing one hand on the front and one hand on the back of the shelf, which was able to get him quicker onto that final shelf. But as I'm saying that, is he gonna link it? Oh, that would have been so good to link it. He got that pre there, but doesn't link it, but still able to get through it. And with 24 seconds left, looks like you might have taken some time to breathe before going on to this obstacle.
Yeah,
and now
come on,
you might be
Caleb,
able to see that clear. Come on, Caleb Burkholder.
Let's go. Don't force any moves, buddy. You got this. Nice.
Stay composed.
All right, yeah, exactly. 8 seconds left, buddy. You
left.
got time. Let's do it. Get on this. Now,
And
that
he
buzzer.
gets it.
Boom, we got our first
we
finisher
have
in
our
the team
first
division.
buzzer.
Great job, Caleb. Good
And
job,
with that, the
Coach.
smoke goes off.
Matt Bradley,
Coach
Bradley.
That was good. Yeah, as I was saying, as you can see on that second shelf, he was able to get a little bit of a backswing there, and also does something similar to what we saw earlier, where he skips the first few shelves. Still, we've yet to see anyone do that strategy of just like downright skipping them that we saw from a few runs before. And now onto another competitor, Jax Muzinski, who I believe was actually commenting in the YouTube chat a little bit earlier. So if it is that Jax, hey Jax, glad to see you in the chat interacting with the community. We're gonna hope to see if you do good here today.
Absolutely. Gotta love these young kids, who are so engaged and just loving this sport and spreading it and being engaged, like you said, with the chat and everywhere else, and being fully immersed in the sport. And it's just so great. So, Jack, let's go, kid. You're doing fantastic. Coming into these ledges, fantastic. Nice swing. Working up. I like the one-to-one. The one hand, their dominant hand first, following up with the right is like smart ninjaing right there.
Right, nice job. Gotta get through shelves. This dismount has been no joke so far. One competitor down and numerous close calls. Jax may be one of those close calls, but is still able to get through. Taking some time to chalk up before... Oh, did he just... Oh!
What happened?
The time stopped. It looks like he might have gone into an out-of-bounds area.
Huh. Yep, I missed that.
I'm not entirely sure about that.
We'll have to see what that call was.
Right, but still, regardless, he's nicely making his way.
Yeah, powering up those steps for sure. I mean, attacking those.
And now that looks pretty high up.
Yep. He's timing.
Right, we can see a little bit of a camera in the frame, but now onto these tires. We've yet to see a competitor go down on the tires yet. That's something that I've noticed. Ooh, and just does not connect with that second slab. Second, what's it called? Splat?
Yeah, the slot. Yeah, slot holds. Yep.
Yeah.
Matt Bradley, the coach. I mean,
Right.
How,
And now, currently not on the course, but about to be. That looks like that was just a little bit of a replay. Is Mason D. Mondo. Right. Mason, out of the Stanford Ninja Academy, one of the most prolific ninja gyms in the world. You always see amazing ninjas coming out of that place.
For sure. Yep. Great coaching, great gym. I had a privilege being down there just recently. Good place to compete. No, look at that dive. Not feeling comfortable on a slack line. He does one thing and makes a big dive. It's interesting.
And we are continuing to see big moves right now. Big dives, also big swings here on the shelves. Now Lance, he's onto this obstacle here, and he's getting a lot of big moves.
Yep. Yeah, it says here that he's a two-way tackle football player and rugby. So, this is his third other sport that he likes to play. This kid's one big athlete for sure. So seeing
And
these
that means his
dynamic
stamina has
moves
got to be
is not
great.
surprising. Yeah, not surprising to see these moves coming out of a guy like this. Look at him.
And amazing strides on the tires. But looks like he might be a little bit caught up here as he's making his way there. Kind of took away a little bit of that momentum there on that second slap. But still able to generate it again. But that still took a lot of time out of it. And once again, the same thing. Loses a little bit of momentum, has to take a bit of a swing. And now 10 seconds left. He's going to need to go for it.
Let's go. 8 seconds to go.
The clock continuing to tick down. Can he get it? Oh. Unable to make
Great
it
coaching,
through.
Great Jim. Had a privilege being
Now
down
we're
there
going to be
just
getting ready for our
recently.
next
Good
competitor
place
to run the
go.
course,
Lance,
but
onto this
we have to go back to that
obstacle, he's
dive
got a
there
lot
on
of
the
big
slack line.
moves.
That was
Yep.
so impressive. Knew that he was definitely in a bad position and then just bailed out of it. And that's something that
Exactly.
is just having that agency is so important in the world ninja, to know just when to just change the strategy altogether. And as I'm
Yep.
saying that, we are onto another competitor who is Jacob Hode. Right, Jacob started Ninja just last year, so one of the newer ninjas here today. But still, you wouldn't know it from this attempt, swiftly making his way through these first 2 obstacles. 5 obstacles remain going into the shelves, linking that first position. And look at that height! Bringing those hips up, getting to each of those in one swing. And that has got to be one of the best attempts that we've seen so far.
He's
And
one-handed
just
right up
keep
those steps.
going.
Beautiful move, Jacob.
Wow, the strength out of Jacob Hode. This is amazing so far. And now in Splatter Labs,
Incredible
we've not seen the competitor link it so far, but Jacob could be the one to do it. Looks like he definitely understands body awareness, and we might get it. And we get
Look
it.
at those
That's
links. He links those
amazing.
spinners. Unbelievable.
35 seconds. He doesn't take any
Classic.
time to rest. He's just going to go straight into it. This has been a masterclass on what to do here at the World Ninja League Championships for Tier 2. 24 seconds left. Just one board left. But it looks like it's pretty much a given that he's going to get through. Just land that purple bar. And we have
Fantastic
another clear.
work.
17 seconds.
Absolutely.
Can you believe it? That is amazing.
Yeah,
Coaching,
Jacob
great
is out of
such a
Jordan
great
Warriors.
run.
Anthony Jordan used to. That's a great coach up there in Exeter, New Hampshire, and it obviously shows in Jacob's performance. I mean, what an incredible run by Jacob. Anthony Jordan should be so proud of him. It's a great gym. Started just a couple years ago up there in Exeter, New Hampshire. So incredible run, Jacob. Good job. All right, we got a second Jacob on the starting block now, coming out.
Right. Now, something to note is that this is going to be our 16th, I believe it's going to be our 16th competitor. So we are nearing the end of this division. So it truly is anyone's game by this point who's left. They have the hindsight that a lot of our early competitors didn't, to at least get into that top 5, because once they make it to this point, it's truly no holding back. A minute left here.
It says that
Nice swing so far.
Jake is one of the power parkour ninjas of Quakertown, Pennsylvania. It's a mouthful right there, but what it sounds like a lot of fun.
Now, this says that it's only his 3rd competition, and honestly, from this, you would not know that. He's got a side-to-side approach here on the devil steps, and that really helps going side to side. That way, when you automatically get your hips brought up, and that brings your arms up automatically as well. Now, nicely making his way towards the dismount. Just got to land on this platform. Nicely made it. And now 3 obstacles remain. Slowly through the tires. A little bit of a stumble, but still able to save it. But
Right,
this slow approach
spinners.
on all obstacles,
You got
this is
20
something that we
seconds.
need to be
You have
looking out
pick up
for.
his pace. Come on, Jake. You got
Nice
60
job with these
seconds.
swings.
Yeah.
Wait,
Fortunately, I think we're gonna
10
time
seconds left. Can he at least finish this obstacle? Gets that platform, come on. He's
Boom,
able to
gets
get
the
through
point.
that and just able to get there as the time expires. A great run there from Jacob Wample.
Mhm.
And now with that run, we are down to just
Sounds like a lot
5
of
competitors left to run. Now, this
on
says that
this
it's only his 3rd
course.
competition, and honestly,
With
from
our
this top 5, who is currently in our top 5 right now? Or top 3? Don't know how we currently bracket this. Obviously, we have our
Well,
2 competitors
Right
who are
now
able
we
to
got
finish.
Jacob Hode holding first. We got Caleb Burkholder in second, and Zach. So let's see if Julian here can hop on up to that top branch.
Right, Zach was able to stay in the top 3, even by running first.
Right? Isn't that wild?
That is amazing. You know, I've got to
That
give so much
bar.
respect to those first runners.
That's
Running
what I was
first,
talking about earlier
never-
on that first wave is setting that bar high when you have the opportunity to run first. You got to show you either go in and you set a decent bar, or you sit up really high and tell everybody to chase you.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting ready to have our next competitor, Julian St. Clair, run the course now. It's going to be his next competition here. Right, coming from the Midwest at the age of 13. Looks like we might be taking some time. We actually might be this might actually be the break between waves 1 and 2.
Yeah, so Julian's from the Warrior Factory up in Syracuse. I've had the privilege of driving up there a few years in a row, and what an amazing gym that is. And it's actually worth the drive from Boston up to Syracuse is a good. I forgot how many hours, but it's a lot of hours. But it's always been worth the ride. I think it's like 4.5, 5 hours up to get up there, and. But Warrior Factory, just great kids, great coaches, and definitely a cool gym up there in upstate New York. And so here we go.
Speaking of getting up there, we have Julian coming out of the Warrior Factory. All right, nicely making it. One of our slower approaches so far to this first obstacle, almost 15 seconds exuded, but still able to get through that obstacle. Now in slacklines, 2 ninjas have gone down here. Julian does not want to be the third, and he goes straight for that dismount. Looks like he was going a little bit wonky, but still able to save it, bailing like a few of our competitors have done earlier.
It's always funny to watch the athlete-coach relationship. There's his coach there, hauling out his commands, and it's such a great relationship to see develop over the years and over the months. Competitions, watching. I like to call them ninja whisperers, right? You get these coaches, and
that's smart.
What a relationship!
That's smart.
Yeah, very quick on the descent. Wow, nice, Julian. Good work.
Yeah, and I do gotta say, those bonds with coaches, they run deep and they run for a really long time. My first ever ninja coach, who I met back in 2015, I still have a really good relationship with him. I talk to him pretty much almost every day, even if he no longer coaches at that gym.
That's amazing. Yep, it's really cool.
Right, and now 11 seconds left from Julian. Yep. Gotta get onto his final splat. Gets to the obstacle, and it looks like some urgency.
Come on, Julian. Let's go, pal. Pick it up. I think we're going to time out here, but Julian, what an amazing run. Fantastic job. Good, strong work. Nice run, Julian.
An amazing run there. And now just 4 competitors remain in this division. And up next is going to be Grant Goodson.
This is flying by, kiddo. It's such a great.
Yeah, this has been insane. This has been an amazing division so far. It's like every run, back to back to back, and every run has been so entertaining and so memorable. And now we're already on to another competitor on the course. This is Grant Goodson, 13, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, from the Southeast. We're going to see how he's able to make his way through this first obstacle. Hang time. Nice job. And nicely through that obstacle as well. Right now, just the dismount of this weights. And some strong kicks.
Yeah, for
These are some strong kicks into this obstacle. Taking a few extra swings here, but whatever to get him through and still able to make it to that dismount platform. 50 seconds remain onto the devil steps, and he is going with a great approach, utilizing the hips, the side-to-side hips technique that we've seen out of some other competitors, alongside using the elbows, and that allows him to just fly up that obstacle. And now already onto the descending section. 35 seconds left. He is on a great pace so far. Might become our third competitor to make it to that buzzer, but he's just got to make sure that he maintains his pace. And that's something that's so important here on Splats, because we've seen so many great paces just go to ruins here.
Absolutely.
And he catches onto it.
Yeah, what I've truly loved, speaking about his pace, is each and every obstacle he has not hesitated. He's gone right from one right into the other with no hesitation. And look, here he is. He did it again. He spends minimal time on these platforms, and he's off and running into the next obstacle. I mean, what a great just shy of that board. Grant, what a powerful run. Oh, man.
That was amazing.
It's such a
great. Yeah, it looks like we might be getting a replay.
Over the years. Yeah, his intention, loved, speaking about his paces, each and every obstacle he has not hesitated. He's going.
And now up next, Lucas Appleby, another competitor out of the Warrior Factory. Favorite course is a flow course. Lucky for him, right here. Right, we're gonna see how he able to handle this course. And he's got some great pullbacks here on each of these handholds. That way he's able to make it to each of the succeeding one faster. And that's going to save him a lot of time as he... Oh!
What?
I said it was going to save him some time, but he doesn't even get to the second obstacle. But if he did, that would have been a great pace going into it. And that's really unfortunate. But still, look at this amazing run that he's having right now. Going static there on that first transition, but still able to make it onto that second. And now heading into that third. Nice job.
No, it says here he was climbing before he was walking. And I'll tell you, I have so many stories I've heard of these ninjas. You know, these parents bring them into ninja because they saw as a young kid that, you know, they spent more time climbing the house and doing all these things and they haven't even learned how to walk yet. And it's, you know, what an amazing sport that gives these parents the opportunity. Like, I got to get this kid to blow off some steam somewhere. What do I bring him? And the local ninja gym is here. And for Lucas, it is the Warrior Factory. And he's still cranking through, strong, great positive outlook. You know, it's too bad he's not collecting points, and he had that mishap in the beginning. But yes, like you were saying, he's executing these obstacles right up to the bitter end, and it also shows that stick-to-itiveness. You know what I mean? I hardly ever, I can't even recall if anyone's ever said, "Oh wow, I fell, so I'm giving up." They just keep cranking through. You know, and I think it's a fun factor too. They absolutely are just like, you know what, I've got time, I'm going to keep swinging. But there you go, look at that big hug by Coach. They know it was disappointed, but they still had fun. All right,
now on to Shane Martin. Now backtracking a little bit back, something that I noticed is that his hat, he was wearing his hat backwards and it was able to stay on throughout that entire run, which is honestly something that's really impressive. So that hat must have been down tight.
I have an inside personal joke. I always say, like, if somebody loses a hat, I jokingly say they lost a point, because if you start with the hat, you got to finish with the hat. So,
and there are some international competitions of like televised shows where you can be eliminated because something from your wardrobe downright fell off. So that's something to take into account that I don't believe that we take into account here. Yeah,
that's
like
good.
There was
I don't
one.
think that'd be fair.
Yeah, there was one show where a shoe fell off on the rolling log obstacle, the one that spins around. And personally, I don't think that's definitely the most fair, because that's a spinning obstacle that's designed to throw you off, and your shoe's not really a part of your body. It's just kind of attached to it. But as I'm saying that, our next competitor, Shane Martin, is swiftly making his way through. 30 seconds left. This has been a great run. Only been on the course for a minute, but 2 obstacles remain in his path, and he's able to swiftly get onto that second splat.
Yep.
One
Shane
more
is
remains.
out of the USA Ninja Challenge in North Andover, Massachusetts, my home state, and you know, definitely showing the skills and abilities that these coaches have been giving him. And I'm very familiar with the US Ninja Challenge, and they have, you know, different ones: Hudson, New Hampshire, and here's North Andover. And Shane, what an amazing run, pal! Hit that buzzer.
Almost made it to the end.
Low 5, right? Right up and hits that buzzer.
Downright fell off. And that was definitely one of the strongest runs that we've seen so far. Was able to hang on to that third board. And unfortunately, he timed out, but if there were even just 5 seconds left on that clock, I think that he would have been able to make it. If that time limit was 1:35, would have been able to make it with just maybe even a second left.
So amazingly, and I can't believe it, we are at our 21st and last runner of this particular wave, Kaysen Barrera, out of Moore, Texas.
We're going to see what he has. We have seen 20 competitors before him run. He has the most insight out of any competitor to run. Let's see if he's able to use that to his advantage here as he's nicely making his way through. So it looks like he's definitely used some good techniques there on hang time. Now onto the next obstacle. I noticed that he's wearing some Converse. As a fellow ninja who wears Converse, I got to say that is a great idea. I love Converse so much.
There you go.
I love Converse.
Holding on to those good old classics. Everybody's getting these newfangled, you know, series ones or Olos, but you got these guys hanging on to the classics. You and Kaysen here hanging on to those Converse flat tops. Love it.
Yeah, Converse are so good because I have 2 different Converse. I have ones for ninja and then I have ones for like day-to-day life. But I like them because there's some little holes at the bottom, and that way it kind of allows your feet in a way, I guess, to breathe. And those were used by, I believe, NBA players in around the 80s. So that's something that definitely most likely worked for them, or otherwise they wouldn't have used it. And that's something that, in my years of doing ninja has definitely helped me as well. So
as I
as
come
I'm
over,
saying that,
yeah, as I
Kaysen using the Converse to will himself onto this next obstacle with 10
there
seconds
you go.
left.
10 seconds on the second to last obstacle. Yeah, next time I cruise over the Zakim Bridge going into downtown Boston, the Converse factory's right over on the left. I'll snap a picture for you and send it to you.
Oh, that's sick. Right, and with
All
that,
right.
Kaysen out of time, but
Yeah,
still a
out of
great
time.
run.
Still going. Fantastic run for sure. Good job, Gase.
And now that is
Learning
the
from your
end of
wardrobe
this
downright fell
division.
off.
Now, was that
So
both
that's
waves
what
or
we can
just
do now.
one?
That I don't believe are
Actually,
off
that was the first
on
wave.
the
We have
rolling
two
log
waves.
obstacle.
Well,
This
that
is the
was
first
spins round.
22 runners
And
of our
personally, I
teams.
don't
I
think
do
anyone
believe
for
we
those
have
Converse
a second wave.
Right. Well, we will get to that soon then. That's or at least that's what I'm
For
assuming.
sure. It's amazing how
But
fast and fun that wave went by, man. It's a proof example. You have time flies when you're having fun.
yeah, and with more runners, we got to see so many unique strategies on each obstacle, and I think I could probably name one for at least each and every single one. On the first one, we saw so many great swings with pullbacks to see just how much swing you can maximize. On the second obstacle, slackline, you could see competitors diving for either that green islands in the middle or just for the dismount platform whenever you felt a little bit unsafe. On the shelves, you could either grip the sides, you could grip the front, and that truly was something that helped a lot of competitors. On the devil steps, we saw kipping up of it. We saw elbows. We saw so many unique strategies that ultimately were able to send most of them to that finishing platform of the obstacle. Tires, I
Yeah.
don't believe eliminated anyone, but we still saw a pretty interesting strategies. Some of them went slow, like leisurely walking
Very
through
steady.
like it's just a park. Some people sprinting through it, and that's something that was just kind of embodied by this. Some competitors went slow, some competitors went fast, and that ultimately decided if they were going to time up or finish with enough time left.
No, for sure. You're absolutely right. I mean, and then also just, so you've highlighted the wonderful obstacles and, like we just saw on that with the last runner, second to last runner there, he had no hesitation in between his obstacles whatsoever. He didn't stop for chalk. He didn't stop to take a breath almost. It looked like he was just boom, 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 run obstacle right into the other. And it was just his pace was impressive. It's really too bad he came down on that board because his pace was by for sure looking to unseat Jacob. But we do have Jacob Hood in first, Caleb Burkholder in second, both finishers, and Zach, our first runner of that wave, holding third. So really exciting positions heading into this second wave. So it's going to be wild to see how this plays out and see if that impressive run from Jacob. Holds true for 1 minute 12 seconds and full finish right there. Good job, Jacob.
Most definitely, and we will see you then.
For sure. Yeah, it looks like we've got a run order up on Ninja Works, getting ready to wonder how much time I, definitely want to it be, be shy of us to not thank, of course, Ninja Works that bring us all this wonderful content and all of these runners and the run order, and of course their bios and where they're from. Yeah, it's such a wonderful company and product, and it's been great to work with them all these years with the WNL for sure, and all our obstacles and DGS. It's just so impressive, so fun. Um, it's funny. We've had conversations, and I'd love to hear from you, Jamie, just on the ingenuity that comes into this sport. You visit different gyms, and you see how people are forced to create new things, and how can they challenge their athletes. And I'm always impressed with you got these coaches, Matt Bradley out of Dexterity Depot, and you go to that gym, and it's almost like a mad scientist lab, right? And how they can go to Home Depot and pull out all kinds of different things and create from it, and it's just so fun. What do you? What's the most ingenuity, fun, creative thing you've seen on the courses? Yeah, and it's so fun. I've always enjoyed too gyms who, so they have the double steps and they're there and they stay a staple to the challenges. But then those who will like hang stuff from them, so they'll put like hooks, or they'll put a different kind of ring obstacle, or so they kind of double up that double step, and really challenge people with their climbing abilities. And I forget who did it, but it was, like you said, they conged right up, and that was so impressive to fly up those steps just conging his way. I mean, that's some strength, upper body strength by sure.
And all these strategies, and we're only halfway done. We could still see more, which I'm still kind of trying to process that, because we still have strategies that probably haven't even been unveiled yet.
No, for sure. Yep. And then, like like we were talking about earlier in the beginning of that first wave, the beta that each runner drops, and then you've got these other competitors who by their fantastic just seasonal performances get to be put in a run order that lays them later on in the wave. And so I'm sure, to your point, that this next wave is going to demonstrate some phenomenal changes and adaptations as this night goes on. And it looks like we have just one less runner this second wave than we did the first one. 21 runners for the first wave, 20 runners for the second wave. So yeah, we're
So
about to watch
41 in
20.
total.
Yeah,
41 in total.
exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I've actually every comp I've been, I would say preteens and teens are the two largest divisions in every comp that I've seen. Probably second by mature kids. I think the adult can have a good showing, kids can have a good showing, and then of course masters I would say is the smallest showing for most comps that I've seen. But then, when you get into these preteens, teens, and elites, it really fills up, and you can see multiple waves. Um, I've spent many hours on my feet commentating to like a 4 or 5 wave teenage division, and it's just so amazing and fun to see, because what a time of life to have. I always bemoan I'm not the youngest individual, and I really wish the sport was around when I was 15 years old.
That would be definitely something that's interesting, because even 15 years ago, Ninja was completely different. And just seeing how Ninja has evolved, especially within the last 5 years, has been honestly amazing. Like 5 years ago, we were just still introducing Cane Tech, I believe.
I know, right? Like, and yeah, all us parents, we sit around and just talk about the evolution, not only of the athletes, but of these courses. I mean, if you stop and think about A&W season one, right? Like,
And the Kids R Us parking lot.
right? It's like, these kids, these 8-year-olds would be able to do A&W season one. When you look at some of the tech they're doing nowadays, and the challenges that these coaches are throwing at these kids, I mean, they'd probably chuckle at A&W season one. But back then it was amazing, it was big, and it was challenging. Now it's like, man, these kids are coming up, and they've opened it up to 15-year-olds, and you see Daniel Gill, he even said that with these kids coming in, their days are numbered. You get I've been watching some of these 13, 12, 13-year-old kids, and being able to see how they execute things, and just their ninja awareness and their ability to adapt to the upcoming obstacle. It's like, I can't imagine what they're going to be like in 6 years when they're 19 years old and hitting their peak. They've got the muscle development, and everything's firing on all cylinders. It's actually going to be scary to contemplate what the next 10 years brings to the ninja community.
That's so real. And especially as they can age up to go into the actual show with all those bright lights, in the dark time, all the crowd cheering at you, the cameras rolling. That will probably fuel them more than any other competition ever has before. So I'm excited to see how their determination changes because of that.
No, for sure. Yeah, I've actually had the privilege of interviewing and talking to a lot of ninjas, and I asked them, because for instance, I was thinking of some of these head-to-heads that we've seen this season, which has been really fun to watch develop. And I say, hey, is that distracting? Are the lights distracting? Is all the noise distracting? And they're like, no, I barely hear any of it.
You got that like
Sometimes,
tunnel vision.
exactly. And like you and I were talking earlier about the relationship between the athlete and the coach, I think as the athlete develops and goes through their stages of their career, they go from fully dependent on that coach's advice to, barely hearing what they're saying, but at the same time, the coach is developing, that they know what to say and when, and there's no longer instruction, and it's more encouragement, right? And so they're just small little words of over here, take a right there, swing there, and the direction becomes less, but it gets into that, what we were talking about earlier is that ninja whispering, they really know where to be and when to be. And sometimes they know each other so well that they're just chalk holders because the athlete's just flying through the comp and doing such a wonderful job. It's almost like, do you even need me here? Yeah, please hold my chalk, coach.
And even that is enough for some people to just be there, just to be that chalk holder. Like, I remember at the competition for my home gym, Ultimate Ninjas Noblesville, our staff, we had a competition, like a mini competition, to decide who was going to be that designated chalk person because we all wanted to be it so badly.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, something that I've just got wind of, we are going to start wave 2 at 7:30, so that's in over 30 minutes, actually almost 40. So we're pretty much just gonna head out right now. So we are going to see you then. Until then, this has been Jamie and Lance, and we will see you back at 7:30 for wave 2.
Looking forward to it. Sounds great. Thanks, Jamie.
No problem.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
And we are back straight into this. We're back into wave 2 here with our first competitor. This is Gabriel Avery, I believe. All right, yes, it is. And for the first round of this division, he has been doing a great job. 20 seconds are left on that clock, and he has just one Lachey left to this obstacle, and then another entire obstacle right after that. Oh, and he... One Lachey left to this obstacle, and then another entire obstacle right after that. Right now, if you are just tuning in, this is the second wave of the teen male division. Earlier tonight, we had 21 competitors run, and out of those 21, only 2 were able to make it to the buzzer. As you can see in the bottom of your screen, we have Jacob Hode and Caleb Burkholder. We're going to see if any of these next competitors can make it through, and the next of them is going to be James Lazarevic. And now, in this division, we have 20 competitors. We've already seen one. James is going to be the second. And we are seeing a great start so far from James, and he's able to make it work there on that first obstacle in about 20 seconds. Now, slackline. This gave competitors a lot of troubles back in wave 1. We're going to see if anyone's learned from that, and he's through that. Yeah, and we got another clear on that obstacle, but what I noticed is that one of his hands is taped up. That's something that's going to be put to test here on Splat-A-Lot, an obstacle where grip strength is at the forefront. Actually, the entire course is put at the forefront. And he kicks it, but he stays on. Whoa, James, still alive. Took a slight kick there, but still able to make it through. And now just one obstacle left, but with 11 seconds left, time's not looking good unless he bolts. He's got to bolt through this. And it looks like he's got some urgency with him. But he's swinging a little bit sideways with each of these movements. And it's not going to be enough to get to that buzzer. But still, what a great run. Time now on that second bridge. He's got to bolt through this. And it looks like he's got some urgency with him. But he's swinging a little bit sideways. But still, we've seen competitors with the tape. We've still seen competitors with tape have their runs just be truly amazing. A few Sasuke tournaments ago, a competitor made it all the way, almost beat the entire third stage in that competition with tape all over one of his hands. So still, you can't really count competitors out. It's more of just a mental thing, trying to get used to that kind of like constricting feeling. One of the most prestigious. I love the little "and of course" in there. But now 12 seconds left on Splat-A-Lot. Yeah. Oh, he might link it. Oh! Just did not get it. That's unfortunate. Now, next up on the course is going to be Nathaniel Fedigan, 13 years old, and he started Ninja back in 2022. That's when he was 10. So just to put into perspective just how young these competitors are and how old that makes me feel, we're going to see him go on this course right now. Well, actually, not right now. He's actually preparing to get ready on that starting line. Going to size up these 7 obstacles in front of him. 90 seconds for 7 obstacles. That is definitely more time than I would have ever thought, because usually whenever you think of obstacle courses, you think 10 seconds per obstacle, or at least that's what I think. So I would have thought 70 seconds. But to know that you have like those 20 seconds, that would have at least made me feel better if I was running the course. Yeah, but those tires really haven't been causing that much trouble. Not even one person's gone down on it. So he has that clear rate on his side, which he does not have on his side for the slack line. Oh, looks like he's stepping down potentially. We might. Oh, that makes sense. But we can talk about the previous run. Oh. Now, something that I noticed before he began is that he was visualizing it with his hands. He had his hands out trying to figure out what hand he was going to use to grab each of them. And it looks like that strategy is going to pay off so far, making his way swiftly towards the end of this dismount platform. And now this is probably going to be the first of his many worries on this course, but is able to get through the slack the first part. Second part, has the rope to aid him. Got it. And now generating swing here on the shelves. And that's a clear on the third obstacle, and now heading on to the Devil Steps. Going with a bit of a 1-2 punch here, leading with his left arm over his right. Not really using that much hips, just trying to extend it as far as his hands can go, but still able to make it work, and now is onto the halfway point of the course. Another balance obstacle in front of him, but Nathaniel able to make it work. Great. 2 obstacles left onto the course. Oh! Doesn't get it! It looks like he didn't get a mixed grip on that one. But we're going to see if he's able to at least get through the bridges, and he cannot, unfortunately. But still go and hit that buzzer. Nice job. Now, something that I noticed is that really getting that mixed grip on the splats, that has been what's been the real deciding factor on this course. But that run still was really good. That sets him in the top 15 of the run so far. As we are now on to another competitor to run the course. This is Dylan Dennis from Dragon Fit Tampa. So we're going to see what he's able to do here today. And oh, a big swing, and that's what sent him out. It didn't really look like he got much of a swing. He kind of just went for it. And he skips one too. That would have been such a great attempt if it counted. But I think what he might have been trying to do on the shelves is try and get a little bit of a pre beforehand to then link the second and the third, but just did not get the distance that he probably expected between the two, and that was ultimately what sent him down. But if he had made it past that point, and he would have done so good there. And look at that, he already has so much momentum going into that third splat, so he would have been good. So he's right, he definitely is a true danger, but still, mistakes happen, and that's just one of the things that you just can't prepare for in Ninja. Obstacles that you may think you're good on, something might be able to just take you out. But Dylan think he got much of a swing. He kind of just went for it. He was sent him down. But if he had made it past that point... Right, up next is going to be Ryan McKenney, another competitor who's going to be out of the what I've classified as the high-tech Mechanicsburg, because let's face it, that sounds like a futuristic city. But he's already on the course, and he's trying to propel himself into a good place in the future on that leaderboard, trying to get into that top 5. And something that I noticed, something that I noticed back on the steps is that when he went for that big swing, when he kicked his legs forward, he had his legs separated, so that way he wouldn't be able to kick the board in front of him. And I noticed that some competitors, to avoid doing that, they just wouldn't get a big enough swing, but he got a big enough swing, and that sent him on an amazing pace so far. Now he might kick out forward again, and you see he has legs a little bit open against that way he doesn't make contact with it. And this has been an incredibly smart run here out of Ryan, and he's now straight into the unstable bridges with 40 seconds left, and again with those to make sure he doesn't kick it, and that's what he's doing right now. A member of the cross country, he's got great stamina, and we're seeing that right now. Can he at least just finish it out? Come on! Oh, just runs out of time. And opts not to hit the buzzer. That was amazing. Now, we're going to see what he's able to do. Still no finishers from this wave. Still just the 2 from the previous one. But many close competitors. So we're going to see what Luke is able to do here and get to that obstacle pretty quickly. Slack line. Gets hands on that platform. And it looks like he's using a little bit of his feet to try and like kick up, trying to, I'm assuming, step onto something invisible, but it's able to make it. He's able to make it work. And now 34 seconds are left for these final 3 obstacles. Cautionary steps there. Nice. Now just 1 splat remains. And it looks like he's probably not going to have that much time to rest. Yeah. Oh. He's got 13 seconds left, and he took a backswing there. Backswings are not something that you can take with this little time left on the clock. So he is going to need to move. And that's what he just did right there. That was a great hop. Oh, he's going to be close. It's going to be close. Can he make it? Go, 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 go. No! No! He got much of a swing. He kind of just that had to have been at least half a second. Not if that even. That's so unfortunate. Go, 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 go! No! But that lands Luke in the top 10, landing in 9th place, and we're on to another competitor on the course. After such a strong run, we're going to see if Wesley Tomasco is going to be able to get potentially even farther and get to that buzzer. That's the goal for pretty much any competitor running today. So we're going to see if that is going to be something that he does. And he skips that last ring. I don't think we've seen a competitor do that so far. But that's able to give him a lot more time left. Nice! And that was a great technique on the shelves. And another great run here. He's using both sides of the board. And we might be looking at clear number 3 here. With not even halfway through the course, but with half the time limit left now. And striding through tires. Now, on to splats. A great grab there. Able to conserve a little bit of momentum and able to rebuild it really quickly. And gets there. 30 seconds left. He can rest if he wants to. Oh no! Maybe he should have. Just went straight into it. Could have gotten potentially overwhelmed, but still, even with that, that puts him in the top 3. That was the fastest run up until that point.
Nice.
I gotta say that he could have been the 3rd. He could have been so close to making it. So unfortunate. And it looks like competitors are now starting to collectively skip that ring. Now that one competitor has shown that it is possible, it looks like everyone else is going to be following suit. Now preparing to go into that 3rd shelf, landed that. But what I've noticed is that he's fully extended, really using a lot of that strength, which is definitely going to come into play on those later obstacles, especially on the unstable bridge. If time is running low, like it is right now, going to need to pick up the pace as he enters these final 3 obstacles. Probably going to get through these tires quickly, but I think Slat-A-Lot's going to be the real deciding factor here. How many swings he takes, how many swings he conserves. That's his 3rd. Now coming on to his 4th swing. This is a lot of swings here for 17 seconds left. He's gonna need to pick up the pace here as he gets onto this final one. Get off there right now. 10 seconds left. He needs to stride through this. He's got the height. He's got the height to be able to go fast. Oh! Looks like when he went for it, what happened is he whipped it with one of his hands. I believe it would have been his left hand. He hit that on the bottom rather than the top, and that ultimately was what sent him just down. Now we're on to the 9th competitor. No, this would be our 10th competitor. So this is the halfway point of this wave. So after this, we only have 10 competitors left. Cameron Lewis, 13 out of Acton, Massachusetts, another Massachusetts representative. And another competitor skipping the ring. Oh, a bit of a walkie landing, but thankfully he is able to avoid any disaster, and that's shaking him up a little bit. Balance, trying to get through this, got it. And even with that minor slip there on the starting line, he is still on a very good pace here. 1 minute left onto the 3rd obstacle. Obstacle 3 of 7, these shelves. Going with a little bit of a static approach here, swinging sideways, never mind. Gonna go a little bit farther back. Now got his hands on the back side of that shelf, going for it. Nicely made that transition. Now got to figure out a way to get onto that landing platform, and he does. We got 31 competitors that have ran so far, and only 2 have hit the buzzer so far. That's definitely not the best clear rate that we've seen in the competition, but it definitely could be worse. We could have 0 finishers. Oh, but it looks like he might have been disqualified at some point. Oh, that could have been it. We might be needing to get a video review on that at some point, maybe even a replay. But still, even with that, Damian Cortez making his way through that course incredibly nice. Looks like we have a replay back. Not a replay, but we have a look back on those tires. That might have been the first person to go out on the tires, unfortunately. Colin Lebczak. Now, when I first... Now, so, I almost wanted to say Lebsack at first. I almost wanted to say Lebsack at first. I saw the Leb start and then the ack at the end. But regardless... And he's also going to go for the ring. Oh, and he's got that pre before heading into that. Nicely executing. A little bit of a wonky dismount. And this has been a great run. A masterclass on what to do, and he jumps straight down. And now heading into the tires, getting through that as well. Splat a lot with 43 seconds. Got a few seconds left. Yeah, that would have been perfect. But he is able to make it into the top 3 now. So, not guaranteed, but he's now in the top 3. And with 26 seconds left, he's just going to go straight into it. This is something that we saw with Wesley, and that ultimately costed him. So, we're going to see if something similar happens here. And he lands it and hits that buzzer. And that was amazing. And that is the first clear of this wave. And that could definitely give momentum here as we head into our, I believe, final 8 competitors. And going straight for it. Is he going to link it? He links it. Whoa! What happened? Oh. Oh, and very... And yeah, very well could have been clear number 4. But it looks like he's a little bit side to side here. Going to need to reroute that momentum forward. Yeah, and he would have had time too. So unfortunate. Oh, and very... That was so good. But now, on that starting line, another competitor from the Movement Lab. We're going to see what he's able to do here. No, it says 2020, actually. One of those ninjas who probably got into it during the pandemic. The growth of ninjas during that pandemic, hard to believe it was 5 years ago, but still, so many amazing ninjas were able to hone in on those skills during the pandemic. Sam showing that he definitely got his start there and then just continued to excel past that. Now already 3 obstacles into the course. Skipping some... Slowly getting way to the bottom. Nice. So his favorite kind of obstacle is foot dexterity, and landed that perfectly. 33 seconds left. He's on a good pace as long as he just doesn't get caught up here on these flats. It's been really a problem obstacle here. Gonna have to go for it probably on this swing right here. And he lands that. Okay. Now just 1 obstacle left. A little bit of a breather there. Landing that second one. This is going to be close. Oh, no! Yeah, if he stayed on that, that would have been so close. But unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. And once again, another competitor on that final obstacle unable to get through. But it looks like we're going to get a nice little replay here of the Devil Steps. That obstacle, he owned it, starting out skipping with each step, and then as he progressed higher up and got more comfortable on the obstacle, just started skipping them like crazy. And that set him into an amazing time. But now it's time to move on to our another competitor. This is Miles Donaldson, 13 out of Westfield, Indiana. Some Indiana representatives. Can only imagine how far the drive was. But now, regardless, we're going to see what Miles is able to do here. Nicely. Showing some amazing jobs here for those Hoosiers. Gonna see if he's able to get onto that third one. Nice job, Miles Donaldson. Already halfway through the course, and he's got his lock-offs nicely as he's making his way through. Looks like he's leaning a little bit towards his right side, and that's ultimately going to give him an edge. But now 30 seconds are left on the clock, and he has 3 obstacles, so he needs to start picking up the pace here, especially on splats. Might be looking to link it here. That's probably the best bet here on this obstacle, especially now that he's down to just 20. Gotta get a big backswing. Gonna need to go for it here. He's got it. Okay. And now 10 seconds left. Oh, no! Oh, did he just do a flip? I think he just did a flip. I think he just did a flip. That was epic. Gonna see if he's able to get onto that third one. Nice job. Right, now we're heading on to our next competitor, Carter. Now, in his bio, he states that he is the mouth. I have no idea what that means. Well, who knows, maybe he can join us for the final 4 runners. Now, he just started last year in the summer and making it to the championship. In his first year, did he touch it? He did not. But on these Devil Steps, he is fully extended. Gotta try and get a hip side-to-side motion, but it looks like he's just going to go straight up, and that's not helping his energy or his time. And he has both hands on the back of that step, so that's going to make the gap in between a little bit farther, and he drops! It looks like he just gassed out at the top, and that's just so unfortunate. Devil Step showing to be one of the hardest obstacles because it can really determine just how you're going to handle the back half depending on how much energy you're able to save. Getting a few tries here at these final few obstacles. And with we're gonna see what he's able to do. Definitely has the consistency in competitions. Being in that setting so much, he's definitely probably less nervous because he's so used to being in that setting. We're gonna see what he's able to do here, and he's gonna skip that ring, and that's gonna save him a few seconds. Cautionary here as he stands in, and he goes straight for that rope, and that allows him to make it through. And another link right here, and he's gonna go straight for it. Oh, and he peels, but he just barely stays on. One-handed save. That was epic. And it looks like he's just gonna keep going, and he just swiftly makes his way up on top of the devil steps, and now 48 seconds remain as he's going out now onto the downward section. We're gonna see what he's able to do, and he's landed that. Right. Oh, he might be able to link it. Can't link it, but still on a great pace so far. And he's in the top 5. Oh! Barely stays on. One-handed save. That was epic. And with that, I think it looks like our top 3 are guaranteed to stay in the top 3 because there's only 3 competitors left. So, it might just only be the top 2. They'd be guaranteed not to be bumped out. So they can at least celebrate now that they're guaranteed to be in that top 5. As for where they're going to place inside of it, that has not been decided yet. Because Aiden, up next, Aiden Bartholomew, may be the next competitor to get through. We're going to see what he's able to do here. Right, 41 seconds. Has one hand on both sides of those steps. Looks like it's working out for him, but he's got to be wary at that time. At least get this one obstacle with 5 seconds left. He's going to need to link it. He might actually be able to make it. Get to it, land on it. Oh, ooh, a hard landing. It looks like his body just kind of collapsed onto it. But he might actually be able to make it. Get to it, land on it. Oh, And with that run, Caleb Burkholder has guaranteed himself a spot in that top 5. So Elijah Bamford, another competitor who is on the course, Elijah's not going to be on right now. I have that wrong. I apologize. It's going to be Harper Mayer out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Or maybe it's not. We currently have some technical difficulties. I am not entirely sure on who's currently on the course right now. It is, in fact, actually, Elijah Bamford. And and he took that hat and flipped it around, says that means that he means business. We're going to see what he's able to do here. It has been an insane night. Gotta get this last shelf right here. Can he stick it? Yes, he can. But it looks like he missed that first attempt to get onto that next one. So he might be struggling with either his height or just his energy. Just cannot stay on that. And that's unfortunate. We saw a close call earlier where he just could not get on, but he was able to save it before. But second time just could not get magic to happen again. But he would have been strong on these last few obstacles, making his way through the splats very quickly. And now and he's already got his arms locked on there, got those 90 degrees on this first few. And that just shows that starting out early, you can have a lot of power. And now on to the next obstacle. We're going to see what he can do. Just dismount, jump straight for that rope, and it works out for him. Harper Mayer, 14. Going to see what he's able to do here on the shelves. Can he fly? He flies. All right. And he's got great energy making it through, continuing to keep those arms bent. And that gives him a lot of distance to make, a lot less distance to make up, and just makes it. Now gotta get the drop down. Landed that. All right. And now, currently in 23rd place. We can't see him. And he's got great strategy there. He could very well become the next competitor to get through. But it's going to definitely be one of the closest finishes we've seen so far. Got to get onto it. Right, this crowd wants to see the last run make it through, close out this division with a great run. Come on, 4 seconds. It is going to be close. Come on. No! Oh, no! Oh, and you can see it in his face. He did not expect for that to happen. That look of surprise on his face, and that's so unfortunate. But that lands him in the top 10. That is still an amazing performance out of 41 athletes. This has been an amazing division. Now, Lan. I believe that is all we have for tonight. Jacob and Caleb managing to stay at the top of the leaderboard with their clears from the first wave. Colin, the only one from this wave, wave 2, to join them, but still an amazing wave regardless. 41 competitors gave it their all on this course, and still that was just an amazing run. What were some of your highlights? I gotta say, those top 3 runs were definitely spectacular. Just seeing all those clears after all those fails. For a minute, I was concerned that we wouldn't see a clear, but thankfully we were able to see one. And then Jacob, almost very soon after we saw the first clear, was just able to dominate that course with just absolutely mastering it. Just such a fast run. And then Colin cutting it a little bit close, still amazing. But I think still the best part of this night so far was still that dyno on the devil steps. I will keep going back to that. That was just something that I never thought that I would see in a competition like this. And it was so smart to do. And I'm almost kind of surprised and a little bit disappointed that we didn't see anyone else do that. Because I think doing that instead of just keeping your arm static would have just been so much better to do. Most definitely, and now I'm so excited to see. I'm so excited to see what the rest of this weekend brings out, because this is just such an amazing event. Usually, Tier 1 gets all the fanfare, but still, you cannot count out Tier 2 for having some of the coolest moments that we've ever seen in Ninja. And this is just this is day 1 of it, I believe. So we still have 2 more days of action. We still have so much.